Thanks very much, Steve. Yes, welcome everyone to the Frankfurt Arena, home of Eintracht Frankfurt. Around 47,000 will pack into this stadium for this game in Group E. And what a Group E it could be shaping up to be here at Euro 2024 after Romania's stunning 3-0 victory against Ukraine earlier today. As Steve mentioned there, Belgium's golden generation has been in transition for a while as the old guard integrates the new. There is, though, still a healthy sprinkling of stardust, both from the experienced old hands of De Bruyne and Lukaku and the bright young talents of Jeremy Doku. Can 2024 be the year that Belgium finally shake off that age-old tag of underachievers and lift their first major trophy? They're not among the hot favourites despite being unbeaten under their manager Domenico Tedesco, but Chris, a winning start here is imperative against Slovakia, the lowest ranked side in this group, and a group, as we say, that could turn out to be very open indeed, particularly with a race for second place.
Yeah, the first game absolutely massive. Look, you only have to look at the first game of the tournament where Germany went into the game against Scotland. There was a nervousness from the German public about their team, how they would perform. They blew Scotland away, and now the German public believe that they can go far in this tournament. I think with Belgium, a little bit of an unknown because they do seem to be in transition, but they have players of such great quality and players who can hurt any particular team in this tournament. They are a very capable team. It's if it clicks, and getting off to a strong start, a good start, 3 points is paramount importance.
And one of those players of great quality, Kevin De Bruyne, has just led Belgium out onto the pitch. Milan Skriniar taking the armband for Slovakia, does the same down there in front of us, crosses his chest as we await the national anthems of Belgium and Slovakia here in Frankfurt. The black, yellow and red flags wave away to our right. To our left it's a sea of white, blue and red. We are minutes away from kick-off here in Frankfurt in this Group E match here on BBC Radio 5 Live and BBC Sounds. And Chris Sutton to my left has just sat down because getting up and out of your chair is quite difficult, isn't it, Chris? It is literally shackled to the floor.
It is, and I have enormous feet, and I've banged my knee on the desk. So that's the first injury of this evening, Vicky. Why have they done that? I'm not going to steal the seat. Just make that clear.
I was thinking as the shorter strike partner, maybe I should have sat in that seat, but never mind. In terms of team news, Belgium were facing the prospect of having only 4 fit defenders for this game. It's a crisis that has eased somewhat, thankfully for them. Thomas Meunier is out, we knew that before the game. Axel Witsel only fit enough for the bench. Former Tottenham man Jan Vertonghen also just back from injuries amongst the subs as well. So 20-year-old Deno de Bast makes only his 9th appearance for his country. Yannick Carrasco in for Meunier. Slovakia unchanged from their 4-0 thrashing of Wales as the two captains, Skriniar and De Bruyne, come together and exchange handshakes and pennants in front of our referee Halil Umut Mela. You might remember he hit the news in December, Mela. He was refereeing a game in Turkey when he was punched by the president of Ankara Gücü, ran onto the field and attacked him. Really worrying scenes, and it's great to see him here having recovered from a minor fracture that he suffered in that incident. Great to see him here. He's one of Turkey's top referees. He's been on the UEFA list for a long time, and he is taking charge today as Belgium's players all gather together with their arms around their shoulders. The substitutes there as well, the coaching staff too, and it looks, Chris, from our vantage point up here high in the stands in the Frankfurt Arena, that Kevin De Bruyne is giving that final team talk.
Yeah, and you're just trying to show a display of togetherness, that they're all as one now. They've got to go out and perform, and from their perspective, get 3 points. Start this season strongly. I think you mentioned before they're not one of the favourites, Belgium, but I do think that they are a team with capability and possibilities in this Euros.
Slovakia will be hoping to upset the party, much as Romania did against Ukraine earlier, as we heard on 5 Live. Their first victory at a major tournament for 24 years, and if as expected Belgium do win this group, it has blown the race for second wide open. That relies, it being the race for second rather than the race for top, on Belgium getting off to a good start here. It will be Slovakia to get us underway, playing in all white. Belgium in their dark red shirts, their black shorts with a gold trim diagonally slashed across the side of their legs, and the dark red socks. And Chris, it looks as though Slovakia are going to try something from kick-off here. I'm just doing a quick count. 7 players are lined up on the halfway line.
Yep, it's not that I'm an expert on rugby union, Vicky, but this looks like a bit of a rugby union type start from Slovakia. Centre forward with the ball, popping it back to Lobotka, and they all go forward, and guess what? They don't lump it forward. What a strange start.
It is a strange start indeed. Slovakia are passing it around at the back. They've still got about 5 players up inside the Belgium half, and I'm not quite sure what they were intending there as Belgium put the pressure on. A little loose touch inside his own penalty area by Martin Dubravka. Ball's gone straight out of play for a Belgian throw. Whatever they were trying Slovakia from that kick-off, it has absolutely not worked.
That's one of the worst starts, I think. One of the worst starts I've ever seen in a football match. They eventually go back to Dubravka, who, you're right, took a heavy touch. De Bruyne nearly nicked it off him. They end up passing the ball out for a throw into Belgium, halfway inside the Slovakian half. Interestingly, it looks like Doku is starting out on the right-hand side. I think we wonder whether he'd start on the left and play up against Pekarik, but that's not the case. Trossard out on the wide left for Belgium.
Yeah, they've started with a back 4, Belgium. We'll see how fluid that is and whether they switch to a 3 at any point. We'll take you through the teams in a moment, but Slovakia head the ball forward to their striker, Robert Božanic. Intercepted by Belgium. Slovakia pick it up on the halfway line. Once again, Lukaku almost getting a foot in, but Slovakia once again get there first and send it all the way out to the 37-year-old Petr Pekarik, who's at right back for them. So Belgium with Koen Casteels in goal, 31 years of age, making his major tournament debut. He's been to 2 before, but unable to displace Thibaut Courtois, who, as we were hearing in the build-up with Steve here on 5 Live, not in the squad. Depends who you ask about that. Is it injury and fitness? According to his manager, Domenico Tedesco. Courtois not too happy about that designation. I think he posted a couple of Pinocchio emojis. It's been a remarkable falling out, and there has been a falling out between the two of them. He's one of the best goalkeepers in the world, the best in Chris Sutton's opinion, and he's not here for these Euros as Belgium come down the right-hand side. It's Doku of Manchester City. Lukaku's in the centre, he's still going. What a run this is. De Bruyne's there. Lukaku, great save to Dubravka, and he gathers at the second attempt. Early big chance for Belgium, and it's all about the run on that right-hand side from Jeremy Doku.
Well, it's dazzling from Doku, out on that right-hand side, picks the ball up inside his own half and just drives into the box, tries to square it to De Bruyne, who gets a touch, and Lukaku from 6 or 7 yards. If he goes to the side of Dubravka, Belgium they would have been 1-0 up. They should be 1-0 up. That's a huge opportunity. Went for power. Should have gone for placement there, Lukaku.
Yeah, absolutely. Dubravka did what he had to do, but as Chris says, Lukaku really from that range shouldn't have given him the option, as the ball is sprayed out to this left-hand side. Trossard of Arsenal shielding his eyes from the sunshine, but the ball is over his head, and Pekarik will take this throw for Slovakia. So Casteels in goal for Belgium. The back 4 of Castagna, Fulham, De Bast, Fass of Leicester, and Carrasco. Ahead of them it's Everton's Onana and Nottingham Forest's Orel Mangala. With Arsenal's Leandro Trossard, Manchester City's Kevin De Bruyne, and City teammate Jeremy Doku supporting Romelu Lukaku, who spent the season out on loan again from Chelsea, this time with Roma up front, as Slovakia have the ball just inside their own half. They have Newcastle's Dubravka in goal, the back 4 of Pekarik, Vavro, Skriniar, their experienced captain, and Hansko. Ahead of them it's Kuska, formerly of Watford, Lobotka, and Duda with Schrantz and Hraslin supporting their number 9, Robert Božanic, up front, as Slovakia win a throw midway through the Belgian half on this right-hand side. 4 minutes played. It's goalless here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds.
And the Botka just in possession. Slovakia just getting in between the centre halves, and he's like their quarterback, making the play, just keeping possession, getting a foothold in the game now. The Slovakians after Lukaku early miss.
Yes, longest spell of possession in these early stages, but they've lost the ball now, and it is all the way through with Castiles. You were saying before the game, Chris, you think that Domenico Tedesco should have sorted it out with Thibaut Courtois?
Yep, and that in many respects puts a great deal of pressure on Castiles to perform, and the questionable backline is forced upon Tedesco.
Here is Romelu Lukaku, almost in behind. He is in behind. Dubravka did just enough to put him off. Picked up by Trossard. Left-hand side of the penalty area. Dubravka getting there. Does really well. Gets back to the edge of his 6-yard box as Lukaku shrugs his shoulders in frustration. Just managed to stretch out a big white glove and get a touch on that ball back in from Trossard, claim, and bowl it out for Slovakia. But another let-off and another opportunity for Belgium goes begging inside the opening 5 minutes.
Yeah, another big opportunity for the Belgian centre-forward. There's a gaping hole in the centre of that Slovakian back line. He nicked the ball ahead of Dubravka. He was in no man's land, but got back and clutched the ball from the Trossard cross, which materialised.
Haraslin won't keep that in on the left-hand side for Slovakia, and Belgium have a throw deep in their own territory. Goalless here in the early stages in Frankfurt, as the Slovakia fans away to our left in the red, white and blue raise their hands and clap in unison, urging their team on. As Belgium give the ball away inside their own penalty area. Could be an opportunity here. It's straight to Castiles, but the follow-up is in. Slovakia have taken the lead. What a huge goal this is in Group E, in what is turning into a very topsy-turvy group indeed. Schranz is congratulated by his teammates, but Belgium have got themselves into a huge muddle here at the back, and we've seen this in the Euros already. Mistakes inside the penalty area proving so costly. And this is all Belgium's own fault. Schranz with the initial back heel. The shot is saved by Castiles, but on the follow-up on the angle, it's Schranz who sticks it in. VAR are having a check to make sure there was no offside in the build-up, but it doesn't look like it, Chris. And Belgium are the masters of their own downfall here. And how cool was that finish from Schranz?
Well, we mentioned the early run from Jeremy Doku, but it's actually an errant pass from him. Castagna, I think it was, who was on his heels, and there's a lovely touch from Schranz initially to Bojanik, who should have scored, struck the ball straight at Castiles. Castiles parried the ball, and Schranz from the angle finishes really well, narrow angle, pops the ball into the far corner. What a start for Slovakia. They should be a couple of goals behind. They're 1-0 up.
And we're back underway. As Chris said, the goal does stand. There was no offside in the build-up. Well, those Slovakia fans away to our left here inside the Frankfurt Arena are bouncing up and down. They're whirling those white, blue and red scarves around their heads. The Slovakia flags are waving. And there is one lone Belgian flag away to our right, waving defiantly as their fans at the fronts of their section try and wave their arms and get the rest of the supporters going again, because they've been stunned here early doors by Slovakia inside the opening 7 minutes here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds, as Dubravka plays it out to the left-hand side for Slovakia, and Skriniar plays it forward now. Lobotka, as Slovakia suddenly playing with real confidence, are sweeping forward once again down this left-hand side, and Belgium have defending to do, and they do it. Shepherded out well by Castagna, and it's a goal kick to Belgium, who trail by 1-0.
Well, the Slovakians' tails are up. It's actually really well worked from the back from Belgium's perspective. Just got to get a grip now. There's a really poor pass from Doku, which was the main reason why the goal was conceded, but the Slovakian tails are up.
They've given the ball away again, Belgium. Fast will lump it up towards halfway on the edge of his own penalty area. De Bruyne gets the foot in and sends it to Trossard. That's a beautiful ball from the Arsenal man out to the right-hand side, and Jeremy Doku, can he make amends for that poor ball at the other end? Down the right-hand side he goes. Slovakia have a player that goes down. Nothing given. In fact, in the end, there is the whistle that goes from Miller, our referee, and it will be a free kick to Slovakia. It's good defending at the back by Ondrej Duda. But what a start this is for the side that are ranked lowest in this group. That we have to say, Belgium are expected to win, but after that, with Ukraine, Romania and Slovakia all sitting outside the world's top 20, and with the scoreline as it is, could we be seeing the most open group at these Euros? Long way to go here in Frankfurt, but a nightmare start for Belgium.
Yeah, I've got to say, Vicky, I don't think that will be the end of the goal scoring. Bearing in mind, only 10 minutes in, and we've seen 3 huge chances missed already between the two teams. I think Bojanek should have actually buried his opportunity. That was a poor miss, but Trent, for the Slovakians, didn't miss. Good finish.
And they have a free kick, Slovakia, midway through the Belgium half. It is their fans that you can hear singing away here in the Frankfurt arena as they have this free kick on the right-hand side. It's sent in by Duda, flicked on, and they might get something on it here, Slovakia. In the end, the flag goes up. It did look like there was an offside over on that far side, and the assistant on this near side agrees. And it will be a free kick to Belgium inside their own penalty area. Good run by Denis Vavro, but just didn't hold it. And the tall centre half is penalised, and Belgium will bring the ball away.
He just went early there, Denis Vavro. Feel that they can cause Belgium, the Slovakians, a few problems with free kicks.
Just too much on that ball for Jeremy Doku, and it goes out of play for a Slovakia throw deep in their own territory.
It's a simple game plan so far from Belgium. Get the ball out to the right to Doku and let him do his thing. Trossard starting on the left-hand side. Barely touched the ball. We know what a talented player he is.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of examples of his distribution. Wout Faes wins it on the right-hand side. The centre half of Belgium stepping up on the right wing at the moment as Belgium look to get back into this game. 12 minutes gone on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. It is Belgium 0, Slovakia 1 here in Group E at the Euros as Carrasco has it on the left-hand side. In field now to Ananu, plays it forward to De Bruyne. Was he caught there? Yes, he was. Whistle goes. Free kick Belgium, 30 yards out, just inside that left-hand line of the penalty area in terms of positioning.
Petr Pekarik. Great name, Vicky, that, isn't it? Getting too tight. And Kevin De Bruyne now 30 yards out. Decent position for Belgium. How dangerous De Bruyne is from these situations. I think a little bit too far out to shoot.
And he does send it in, looking for a teammate. Poor delivery from De Bruyne. It's out of play for a Slovakia goal kick.
Yep, unlike him, Kevin De Bruyne just heavy with that free kick. Zanana trying to get on the end of it. Not too far for him.
Well, you mentioned before the game, Chris, as Slovakia prepare to take this goal kick, leading by a goal to nil in the early stages here against Belgium. The height that Slovakia have, which is a danger in an attacking sense from set pieces, but also is something they can utilise defensively. Although, has been a weakness of theirs despite that height. No side historically have conceded more set-piece goals across the last 2 Euros than Slovakia, but I mean, we're going back 8 years, 4 years there.
Yeah, how can we go back that far? But looking at the size of them, they're a very big team. I went jogging along the main river this morning and had a good look at the skyline in Frankfurt. A lot of tall buildings, skyscrapers, and very tall forward line
for the Slovaks. Each of the players over 6 foot. Schranks, Bozanic and Haraslin.
Yes, it is indeed. And it is Schrantz who has scored, not with his head, but on the angle as he's racing down the left-hand side. Once again, as that ball goes all the way through to Koen Casteels, who has been beaten once already. 15 minutes nearly gone here in Frankfurt in his major tournament debut. Here come Belgium down the right-hand side as they enjoy a little bit of possession inside their own penalty area. That's what cost them the opening goal. Bit of sloppiness over on that right-hand side, but this time in the shade here in the Frankfurt arena, they are passing it around nicely. Slovakia leading by 1-0. It is their earliest ever goal at a major international tournament. 6 minutes and 5 seconds, and it stunned Belgium here. They look to hit back with Doku down the right-hand side once again. Tricky feet, goes for goal. It's cleared away by Skriniar, the Slovakia captain, and out for a throw, but he's looking so lively down that right, Doku.
Well, Hansko, the Slovakian left back, needs help, and I think he's having a word with Andres Duda there and saying, you've got to help me double up, because 1v1 situations, Doku can drive the outside, the inside, almost impossible to defend against. He's that good.
And he's listening, Duda. He's gone back almost into a back five initially there. Now steps up back into central midfield, which is his more usual position, as Belgium opts to come down the left-hand side this time with Leandro Trossard up against Pekarik. And Trossard will now find De Bruyne. Goes for the 1-2. Very good challenge by Pekarik. And he gets the touch of Trossard as well. And Martin Dubravka and the Slovakia fans behind his goal enjoyed that. Goal kick Slovakia. They still lead by a goal to nil. 16 minutes gone.
Pekarik, really important challenge from Mr. Zuvalasig, as he's called by the Hertha Berlin fans. Mr. Reliable, 37 years old. Outstanding career. Didn't switch off then.
Yeah, he's a real club legend at Hertha Berlin. He's only made a smattering of appearances for them over the last couple of seasons, but at 37 years of age, they use him wisely, they use him sparingly, but still for Slovakia, he is such an established figure. It's going to be a real test for him against the pace of the likes of Doku, who's at the moment over on the right side, and Trossard on this left, as Belgium have a player down on the edge of the centre circle. Referee happy for play to continue for now, as Wout Faes has the ball, and the whistle eventually will go from our referee to check that Amadou Onana is okay. Looks as though he is. He's getting back up to his feet in the centre circle, and Belgium still trail by 1-0.
Just goes up for a header there, Onana does, with Duda, and falls awkwardly back on his feet.
So here come Belgium down this right-hand side. Here is Castagna, sends it back to Faes. Now Castagna once again, a little loose touch, and Haraslin is in there, and Haraslin is fouled. And Slovakia have the free kick just inside their own half. How impressed have you been with their start to this game, Chris? 17 minutes gone, Slovakia who lead by 1-0.
Well, bearing in mind they could have conceded a couple of early goals, but that goal seems to have given them a great deal of confidence. Actually, I was, before the game, thinking that they were going to play counter-attack Slovakia. They're being brave and pressing Belgium quite high, but that does have its dangers, of course.
Well, he's out there on the edge of his technical area there, manager Francesco Calzona. Watching his side, trying to break forward again, this time with their striker Robert Bozanic. And Faes concedes the corner.
Yeah. I'll tell you where they have been good, Slovakia. Every time midfield player gets on the ball, one of the three forwards is stretching that Belgian back line, making a run in behind.
So it will be their winger, Lucas Haraslin, to come over and take this corner in front of a little slice of Slovakia fans. It's the Belgian fans, the sea of reds, yellow and black that is behind that goal, though, that Belgium are defending, as Slovakia look to double their advantage. And again, they're trying something from this set piece. Haraslin sends it in, good header away by Faes. Slovakia will cushion that header down through Lobotka midway through the Belgium half. And they work it out to the left-hand side as the run is being made by Hansko, intercepted by Belgium, and out it goes for a Slovakia throw. But it was interesting there, wasn't it? The Slovakia players were all lined up in the penalty spot. Then, just before the set piece was taken, they run to the edge of the penalty area and then all split and go in 5 different directions.
Yeah, that was the old shuttle run routine, Vicky. That's best way to describe that. Only one though.
The ball goes out of play over on the far side, and Belgium have the throw deep in their own territory. As Calzona still stands, the Italian manager of Slovakia, his hands in the pockets of his dark suits. Slovakia almost win it again outside the Belgian penalty area, and Nana clears.
Do you think he'd still be delighted with a draw? That's what he said before the game. Calzona, didn't he?
He did. He also said that he hopes the team plays beyond themselves and gets the utmost in terms of result as they give the ball away with Dubravka, and Trossard goes for goal. He's curled it over with the net gaping just outside the penalty area, and Dubravka's got away with one there. Almightily so, Chris Sutton.
What's going on there? That's twice. Dubravka, it looks like he's got a trampoline in his right boot. I mean, twice he's taken heavy touches, and the ball, he ends up toe poking the ball out to Trossard, who's 30 yards out, has the goal gaping and hits it over the bar. Another big opportunity. That's 3 for Belgium. Well, Slovakia are ahead. They are making error after error defensively.
And they have a player down as Slovakia spray the ball out to this right-hand side. So our referee stops play to make sure that there is no serious injury here to Slovakia's striker Robert Bojanik. The first Mexican wave has gone round from the Slovakia fans, rippling around the stadium all the way from our left to the stand right opposite us. Fair to say the Belgian fans didn't join in as that came round to them, because it's their side who trail by a goal to nil. And when you couple this with Romania's remarkable victory 3-0 over Ukraine in Group E earlier today, this is set and shaping up to be a very tasty group indeed. But as Chris Sutton will remind us, Belgium keep racking up the chances. So far, they haven't taken any of them. The favourites to win this group by far, Belgium, but at the moment they're trailing to Slovakia by a goal to nil as Pekaric goes down under pressure from De Bruyne and wins the free kick.
Petr Pekaric, I've been complimenting him at the start of the game, but that's a dive. The referee's been calm there. Nowhere to go in the corner, going back towards his own byline.
Lovely turn on halfway by Haraslin, but not the ball forward to match it for Slovakia. And it's steered back by Anana all the way to Koen Casteels, and fast now for Belgium. And send it out to the right-hand side here on 5 Live, midway through the first half. Belgium 0, Slovakia 1 as Slovakia win possession. Once again, all the reaction to the Euros today on the Football Daily, and of course the T20 World Cup going on as well. Do check out all the latest from there on the TMS podcast. You can download both of those from BBC Sounds as the ball is won by Slovakia on the edge of the area. A couple of blocks as Bojanik got the shot away, and Belgium do manage to clear up towards halfway, but at the moment they just cannot retain possession, the Belgians, and Slovakia have it once more, leading by a goal to nil.
They're really aggressive, they are, with the pressing. The Slovakians, I mean, the question is, can they keep up this intensity, this tempo for 90, 95 minutes?
They have the ball on halfway. Better side since the goal?
Well, Belgium could have had 3 goals quite easily in this game. Could have, should have. Haven't though. They've made mistakes at the back, but they're playing with a confidence. Slovakia, you can see they fancy this.
An overconfidence at times from Dubravka, and has got away with a couple, particularly where he lost the ball and Trossard has scooped it over from just outside the penalty area. Trossard now on the ball for Belgium, cleared away well by Lobotka in the centre of midfield, one back by Odell Mancala, and sent all the way back to the 20-year-olds Dano de Bast, making his major tournament debut with just his 9th cap for Belgium. Could have been worse for them in terms of the defensive players they could have had out. But still, this is not the back line that their manager Domenico Tedesco, who has never lost as Belgium manager, 14 games and counting before we kicked off here in Frankfurt. Not the back line he would have opted for.
He's an interesting one, isn't he? Sebasti credits my former teammate Craig Bellamy for making him more aggressive as a defender. Craig often made people aggressive.
Never you though, Chris.
I loved him. Brilliant player. He was Craig Bellamy.
Onana wins the header for Belgium, sends it forward, looking forward to Brunner, but again Slovakia are doing really well just to knock the Belgian players out of their rhythm. So the advantage is played as they win that ball by our referee Umut Mela, and it's all the way back with Martin Dubravka in the turquoise kit, sends it out to the turquoise booted Denis Vavro, who plays it forward. It's intercepted by Castagna, who dinks it over the head of Hansko, and Doku has it over on that far side. Here is Jeremy Doku, good interception by Hansko, and then is roared as he plays the ball out for a Belgian throw. Belgium 0, Slovakia 1. You're on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Chris Sutton.
Yeah, Hansko does really well there, 1v1 with Doku. She makes a challenge. I think that's the first challenge he's actually got in on Doku, and is probably going to have to make plenty more throughout the course of this game.
Ball bounces all the way through to Martin Dubravka once more, and he takes his time in that weak sunshine inside his penalty area, and then exchanges passes with Lobotka, but he's given it away again. Dubravka, that's a poor clearance from the Newcastle goalkeeper, and Carrasco's picked it up on this left hand side. Infields to Angala. And now Trossard. Devasta's stepped up from central defence. I think I've mentioned Lukaku for about 15 minutes. Let's see if we mention him here. Trossard has it taken off his toes. Lukaku waits in the centre. Ball bounces out of play for a Slovakia throw. Not getting the service at the moment at all, is he, Lukaku?
Well, he's had a couple of big chances in this game, but no, hasn't had too many touches in recent times. I don't think he's experienced enough not to be mulling over those missed opportunities. But the way this game has panned out, I'm sure he'll get another opportunity or two. Tedesco will be scratching his head now his team are behind.
But behind they are by a goal to nil here in Frankfurt on 5 Live and BBC Sounds, as Belgium have it with Fast just outside their penalty area. Here is De Baas, sends it out to this left hand side, and Carrasco, and now Trossard coming short, goes down, draws the foul from Pekarik. I think the referee is just going to have a word with Pesa Pekarik here, the veteran defender, and Pekarik is coming over to receive that word, and it will be just that, a telling off and not a yellow card.
Well, I thought you only got away with challenges like that and not receiving a yellow card in the 1980s. Ploughs into the back of Trossard, does Pekarik, and gets away with it there. I thought that should have been a certain yellow card. Trossard back on his feet, limping away.
I think the Belgian manager Domenico Tedesco agrees with you. He's just given some instructions as well during that little stoppage in play to Yannick Carrasco as well, as Belgium look to get back on level terms. 27 minutes played in this first half here in Frankfurt. They still trail Slovakia, the lowest ranked side in this group, by a goal to nil. Here is Amadou Onana of Everton, squares it to Fass as Mangala as an option, but will go out to the right hand side instead, and Timothy Castagna. And the jeers and whistles are coming from the Slovakia fans. Just trying to have a look over to our right to see if any of them are coming from the Belgian fans, because they're not really making much progress here, Belgium, and the big roars certainly from the Slovakia supporters away to our left. And once again they raise their arms above their heads, those white, blue and red flags adorning the front of the stand in front of them as Belgium play it back into their own half.
Just got to move the ball a little bit quicker. Belgium have Trossard wide on the left, you've got Doku wide on the right, Lukaku centrally, Kevin De Bruyne in that number 10 position, now freed up on the ball.
And here he goes, Romelu Lukaku picks it up now, lays it off to Trossard. Nice quick passing from Belgium, but that was a poor ball from Trossard, and it's put Mangala into trouble, and big trouble, commits the foul, concedes a free kick and picks up a yellow card. And I don't think he'll be too happy with Leandro Trossard for that ball.
Oh, it wasn't a great ball from Trossard. I've got to say, Mangala a little bit late with the challenge on Harris Lynn. But if I was Mangala, I'd be having a word with the referee and saying, well, how have you booked me when you didn't book Petr Pekarik?
You do like saying that name, don't you? We can full name him the whole game if you want, Chris. That's fine with me. Slovakia have the ball over on the left-hand side. Here is Ondrej Duda. Played forward now by Kucka. Haraslin will pick it up. Nice little 1-2. Kucka picks it up once more. Haraslin, edge of the D, crowded out of it by dark red shirts, but they can't release De Bruyne. And the Botka picks it up for Slovakia. Here is Duda once more. Play to the edge of the D, and Kucka, but he's almost lost it. Lobotka, though, great anticipation, and plays it out to the left-hand side where Hansko is waiting. Belgium get the block in. Slovakia throw.
Yeah, Lobotka so far has been brilliant, like a little terrier in there, isn't he? Snapping, shadowing De Bruyne, and everything going through him in their build-up play. Here he is again.
Yep, on the ball on the halfway line, Stanislav Lobotka. He's a huge player for them. He's their reigning player of the year. Second time in a row he's won that. Actually played under Francesco Calzona at Napoli in the second half of the season. That's an interesting story. More on that in a moment, because Slovakia coming forward again, but the shot in the end is tamed from Robert Bojanic. And Castells is right behind it. Yeah, they had a bizarre build-up, managerially speaking, to these Euros. Manager Francesco Calzona was also managing Napoli in the second half of this season from February until the end of the campaign. Antonio Conte has now taken that role. Didn't have a great time there either. Just 3 wins from his 16 games there as Belgium passed it around their own penalty area.
2 jobs, Vicky. What did they expect?
Well, the Slovakian FA, in the build-up to Euros, a major tournament, the Slovakian FA did release a statement about it. As De Bruyne brings it forward, plays it back to Mangala, out to the left-hand side, and Yannick Carrasco now, as the cheers and whistles come from the Slovakia fans because their side are leading by a goal to nil. 14 minutes to go until half-time here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Here is De Bruyne, surrounded by white shirts immediately, but squeezes it out to the left-hand side, and Yannick Carrasco. Here he goes, Carrasco, dink ball into the penalty area, cleared away at the back by the tall figure of Denis Vavro, and picked up by the tall striker Bojanic. He's dispossessed by Fass, and Carrasco has it once more. Here is De Bruyne, midway through the Slovakia half, lays it off to Onana, and now De Bruyne once again plays it infield to Lukaku, who tried to find Trossard, can't do so, but Trossard now picks it up, blocks away by the backside of Denis Vavro, and bounces out to this left-hand side, and Hansko should be able to clear. Good pressure this by Belgium, though, but Slovakia have played round it well. Belgium got themselves in a little bit of a muddle with that press, and they'll bring it out to the right-hand side. And here they go, over the halfway line. Pekarik, nice little cut back to Slovakia's goal scorer, Ivan Šranc. He is the reason why they lead by a goal to nil, as Duda has it on the halfway line for Slovakia. But yes, just going back to that statement that the Slovakian FA released, saying to fans, look, we're aware this is a non-standard decision that may cause concern. That's one way of putting it. But if he gets a win here against Belgium, I don't think anybody will be talking about the fact he was managing Napoli as well for the second half of this season, as Šranc plays the ball in. It's headed away by Castagna out of the penalty area. Lobotka's there again and sent it out to this right-hand side, and Pekarik will pick it up. Bit of a tongue twister.
Petr Pekarik. What was it? Peter Piper?
Peter Piper. I'm not going to try it. Not live on 5 Live from BBC Sounds. Maybe we'll practice at half time.
Yeah, not after a glass of Riesling, is it?
Slovakia with the ball inside their own penalty area. That has shocked producer John here, actually, in Germany, that you can't get tap water anywhere, and a bottle of water is the same as a glass of wine. Out to the right-hand side, and Jeremy Doku for Belgium, looking to get back on level terms here in Frankfurt. Doku goes one way, then the other. Ball across his block behind, goes out for a corner to Belgium.
I think is it Hansko who's down. Lovely ball out right to Doku, and there he is, driving with the ball. Little shift on the outside. That's worrying from a Slovakian perspective. because I think the cross is blocked, but he falls awkwardly. And he looks to be in a lot of pain. David Hansko.
Yes, the medical staff are on, so Belgium waiting to take this corner. He's a huge player for them. The 26-year-old plays a Feyenoord in the Eredivisie. He was involved in the most goals for Slovakia in qualifying, also created the most chances for them as well. In this game, it's mainly been about his defensive duties, but he is at least now sitting up as those Slovakian backroom staff continue to treat him, and now he's helped up to his feet, and the referee is saying that he's got to go off because the medical staff have come on, so Slovakia will be down to 10 to defend this corner. So De Bruyne over to the right hand side to take it for Belgium.
I actually don't like that. I don't see why Slovakia should be penalised if that's a genuine injury.
Yeah, you wonder whether for corners they could just tweak the rule a little bit. I mean, of course, players still time waste, but he wasn't doing that there. No reason to do so at this stage in the game, and Slovakia leading by a goal to nil. Can Belgium change that here? De Bruyne with the corner, swings it into a crowded 6-yard box, and Onana wins the header. Dubravka's right behind it.
It's a brilliant leap from Onana. It's a standing jump, and because of that, he's stretching every sinew to get over that ball and try and head it down straight at Dubravka. Easy save.
Well, he netted 3 times for Everton this season, Amadou Onana, but yet to score his first goal for Belgium as Dubravka sends it over the halfway line. And Slovakia win the free kick. Kutska going down. The Belgian fans behind the goal away to our right. That sea of red, yellow and black. Not happy with that, but it is a half where much, if not almost everything, has gone Slovakia's way. The missed chances from Belgium, some great opportunities that they haven't taken. A very good finish on the angle from Ivan Schranz. They lead by a goal to nil. That didn't go their way. Ball straight out of play for a Belgian throw.
Kutska's getting on a bit as well. Is he 37, is he?
He is indeed,
had a little spell at Watford, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Spent one season with them as they pick up the ball. Slovakia outside the Belgian penalty area. Down the left goes Duda. Up against Jeremy Doku, who's back there defending as Hansko swings the ball in and it ricochets off Castagna and out for a Slovakia corner. And he's not happy, Castagna. He's coming over to Deno de Bas, the 20-year-old, and Wout Fast as well. Not happy with how they're defending at the moment. Belgium, they've conceded once, and Slovakia looking to make it 2 before half-time.
Yeah, do you know what, Vicky? Don't like to see that. You know, the ball comes off and goes behind for a Slovakian corner. He turns round and is lambasting his teammates. That's not a good look.
So Slovakia corner. Bojanix comes short, the striker, to the edge of the 6-yard box and then retreats. The referee just tells Slovakia to wait. He's seen a bit of pushing and shoving inside the penalty area. Carrasco is being called over. Skriniar, the Slovakia captain, as well. No more, says our referee with his index fingers outstretched and moved sharply apart as Slovakia swing the corner in. It's poor. It's headed away by Castagna, straight to De Bruyne on the edge of the area, who plays it out to Doko. Chance for a Belgium counter-attack here if they can make the most of it, but they can't. It's intercepted by Pekarik. And Hansko back on the field of play. Will pick it up and should and does win the throw as well. Just got that touch off Amadou Onana before the ball went out of play. Slovakia throw midway through the Belgium half. Belgium 0, Slovakia 1 on 5 Live and BBC Sounds.
That was good from Petr Pekarik, pinching the ball and Kevin De Bruyne.
Slovakia in possession once more. You can take us wherever you go if you're heading out on the BBC Sounds app this afternoon. And while you're on BBC Sounds, do check out our selection of podcasts. I'm going to try My Mate's a Footballer, which is Patrick Bamford sitting down with his friend comedian Joe Wilkinson. You can find that on BBC Sounds. As the ball goes back to Casteels, just outside the D of the Belgian penalty area. Belgium, who trail the favourites to win Group E by a goal to nil against Slovakia. Group E, which could be blown wide open this afternoon after Romania recorded their first major tournament victory in 24 years, a 3-0 win over Ukraine. Coming up after this on 5 Live, Austria against France as France get their campaign underway in Düsseldorf. The action continues all throughout the week. Tomorrow we've got Turkey against Georgia for you, followed by Portugal against the Czech Republic. And Slovakia have the ball inside the centre circle. Out to the right-hand side they go, and Petr Petric plays it forward. Schranz, nice little layoff as Kutzka will bring it down this right-hand side now, and suddenly the white shirts are streaming forward. Kutzka's ball is met brilliantly. Oh, it's a fabulous save by Casteels. It was a super hit from Lukas Haraslin, and Casteels is equal to it, pushes it behind. That is a sweeping, sumptuous move by Slovakia.
Yes, it's really, really well worked. What a strike this is, though. On the volley, Haraslin calling for the ball is on the edge of the 18-yard box, and as the ball drops, a right-footed volley, Casteels, full length, left hand around the post. What a big save. That could become the end of the game.
He's almost running off to celebrate, isn't he, Haraslin? He can see it curling towards that bottom corner. It's a fabulous strike, fabulous save. Haraslin takes the corner. Little ricochets inside the 6-yard box. Hansko's gone down. No penalty given. Belgium now coming away, and that will be a yellow card. The counter-attack stops over on that far side, and he knows that that will be a booking all day long, Schranz. He's absolutely cleaned out Carrasco. I just wonder whether they will bring it back and just have a little look at that potential foul on Hansko, but Schranz, as it stands, stopping that counter-attack, has gone into the book. And I mean, we were talking about rugby from the kick-off, Chris. That is a rugby challenge.
Yeah, that's one of those where Carrasco has the pace on Schranz, and Schranz knows he's not getting there, so he just runs across his line, gets his elbow out, and that's a pretty cynical foul that is from Schranz.
It's his goal that's the difference. 4 minutes plus added time to play in the first half here in Frankfurt. Well, Fass picks it up for Belgium. Out to the left-hand side he goes, and De Bast midway through his own half, out to the left-hand side now in Carrasco as Domenico Tedesco stands with the hands in his pockets of his dark trousers as Lukaku could be in behind here. Lukaku can't make the most of it. One-on-one with Dubravka. He had defenders chasing him. They did enough to put him off. But again, it's another chance that goes begging for Belgium's main man, Romelu Lukaku.
Well, in truth, in this first half, it's been lousy Lukaku. Wonderful ball from Carrasco, right-footed in between the centre halves. Too easy the way Lukaku gets in, and he takes a heavy first touch. And he could slot the ball past Dubravka, tries to go round him, and his touch actually so heavy it goes behind the goal. That is 3 huge opportunities which Romelu Lukaku normally gobbles up.
Hansko is right behind him as Slovakia clear up towards halfway through Vavro, and he just does enough, possibly a little nudge there to put him off balance, but
I don't think we can even be that kind.
Being kind, I was going to say.
Being very generous there, Vicky.
It's the sort of person I am. Devas sends it back to Casteels. Still, Belgium 0, Slovakia 1. Well, he set a new record for most goals scored in a European Championship qualifying campaign. Romelu Lukaku, 14 goals. But it's that story, it's that question that's dogged him throughout his career, isn't it? Is he clinical enough in the big moments? And, you know, you look at the goals he scored, it's double figures for the last 12 seasons domestically. He gets the numbers. He's Belgium's leading scorer at major tournaments, as they have it inside their own half. 11 goals in 22 games, but only 2 in the knockout stages. And these are big moments. Yes, this is a group stage game, but they're trailing 1-0 to Slovakia. And Lukaku, at the moment, is not taking those opportunities in these big, crucial moments for Belgium.
No, and as much as we've given Slovakia credit, you know, we are talking about not half chances, gilt-edged opportunities. And you expect at this level for Lukaku to gobble those opportunities up.
And a player of his quality as well. That's why he's so frustrating. As Doku approaches the penalty area under pressure from Duda, he's done well, Doku, using that expert dribbling ability, but again the end product in terms of the cross is poor, and Lobotka, whose positioning has been outstanding in this first half, intercepts as Kuska chests it down on the edge of their own penalty area. Calmly back to Dubravka, closed down by Trossard. Dubravka out to the left hand side. Slovakia still lead by a goal to nil as we approach half time here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds, and they've won a free kick over on that left hand side.
Yeah, you mentioned Lobotka. I think he's been the outstanding player in this first half, on the ball and off the ball. There haven't been many times where De Bruyne has had real freedom, and he's going to be an integral part of the Slovakian team if they want to progress out of Group E. Just seeing the Castile save from Raslin, that effort, great technique, right-footed volley, and Castile's equal to it with a big left hand, big Belgian left hand.
Slovakia in possession on this right hand side. It's cleared away by Carrasco, and Trossard under pressure will steer it back to Onana, who goes back to Castiles, who, as Chris says, has made that superb stop from Haraslin, who was Slovakia's top scorer in qualifying, 3 goals in 5 games. Ball goes out of play for a Slovakia throw. It is a real strength of their side. I mean, we mentioned it in the build-up, do they have that out-and-out star forward? But they have goals that come throughout the team. They had numerous goal scorers in qualifying. It's a real strength of theirs, 11 in total as we enter 2 minutes of added time, and that's it. If you've got players that can score all throughout the team versus a star striker in inverted commas who we know has the quality but doesn't always do it on the biggest stage, what do you take?
Yeah, it's an interesting argument, isn't it, that? I mean, you'd prefer to have that striker, someone who's reliable, but if you haven't got that, you've got to spread it around, and they've done that pretty well. They have, the Slovakians.
Slightly risky ball across the box by Dena Debas for Belgium, and that's a brilliant clearance upfield, and it will be latched onto by Belgium inside the Slovakia penalty area. They're all appealing for it. It's going to be offside given over on the far side. I think the referee had gestured for a goal kick anyway, but Doku again getting in down the right. Your assessment of Doku in this first half, Chris?
Well, he started so well, didn't he? I think in the first minute, had that dazzling run from inside his own half. I just wonder, that was his mistake for the Slovakian goal, whether that's affected him. Skriniar there celebrating, the Slovakian centre half, getting a challenge in on Doku. What's the share on sort of having the old centre half celebrating a tackle? What's the game coming to, Vicky?
Only strikers celebrating goals, is that what we want?
That's right.
Slovakia come down this left-hand side, ball into the penalty area again, and they win another corner. It's been a really, really good half from Group E's lowest ranked side. They're up against the favourites to win the group, Belgium, and they're leading by a goal to nil, and they're pushing for this second as we enter the final few seconds of added time at the end of the first half here in Frankfurt on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. And Belgium, well, it's not been the half they would have wanted by far. Conceding here would be a real blow. Not the best delivery to the edge of the 6-yard box, but it's given us another corner, and Slovakia will get another chance.
Yep, wonder whether that was one off the training ground. Here we go again.
Yeah, they played this one short. Now the ball is swung into that crowded 6-yard box, and the header wide on the edge of the 6-yard box. What an opportunity that was for Juraj Kucka, the former Watford man. Just didn't get his angles right, and it's behind for a Belgium goal kick, and Slovakia still lead by just the goal to nil, and they will lead by the goal to nil at half time. Well, we had quite a start to Group E when Romania beat Ukraine by 3 goals to nil. This could rival that, because a huge shot could be on. Slovakia, the lowest ranked side in the group, lead Belgium by a goal to nil at half time. Chris Sutton.
Hey, you're right, Vicky. Shock on. What a strange half. It's been bungling Belgium when you think about the opportunities that they have had and missed, but Slovakia grew in confidence in the game, especially after they got the opening goal. There's a poor pass from Doku, eventually punished by Schranz with a finish from a tight angle, and then you saw Slovakia really get a foothold in this game and play with confidence, but Belgium did get other opportunities, didn't take them, it's all on to a brilliant second half, I think. There'll be more goals, I'm certain of that.
Domenico Tedesco has not lost as Belgian manager since he was appointed in February 2023. He's 45 minutes away from defeat here. Strong words, I'm sure there will be in the dressing room for Belgium at half-time, because at half-time here in Frankfurt, it's Belgium 0, Slovakia 1. Yeah, it's underway here in Frankfurt in this second half, and what a big half this is for both Belgium and Slovakia. Belgium 1-0 down, but approaching the penalty area now. Here they go with Doku of Manchester City. No changes for either side at half-time. Take you through the lineups in a moment as De Bruyne picks it up 25 yards out to the left-hand side. Once again, good foot in by Denis Vavro, and Slovakia will clear up towards halfway. Chris Sutton, Domenico Tedesco has never lost as Belgium manager, 14 games and counting. He's got 45 minutes for his side to turn it around here and keep that unbeaten record going, and more importantly, get their Euros off to a good start as they look to find Lukaku again with De Bruyne. But Skriniar, the Slovakia captain, across well with those bright orange boots, and does really well to both get to the ball before Lukaku, shield it away from Lukaku, and then play it back to Dubravka, who sends it long.
Yep, there's top defending from Skriniar. Lukaku had made the run, matched it all the way, anticipated, and made the clearance.
Here comes Slovakia at the other end. Haraslin goes for the curler. Oh, not too far away at all. Castells made a brilliant save from him in the first half. Wasn't called into action there. But he's got his shooting boots on today, Lukas Haraslin.
Yeah, I've got to say, pathetic defending from Castagna, the Belgian right-back. Lets Haraslin come inside on his right foot, uncontested, gets a shot. It wasn't too far away from the far post, yard or two wide, but Castagna should do much better. He's got to lock on in that situation and make a challenge.
Well, he was roaring at his own defence in the first half, Timothy Castagna. That didn't really impress Chris Sutton after he just conceded a corner, Castagna. Here he is on the ball now, approaching halfway. As Belgium pick it up with Amadou Onana, plays it forward to Leandro Trossard.
Yeah, he's out on the right this half, Trossard. That's the change Belgium have made tactically. Doku out on that left-hand side, on the touchline, just receiving the ball.
Up against 37-year-old Petr Pekarik, and they've done him there, the little 1-2. Carrasco into the penalty area, good defending by Denis Vavro, and the ball is all the way out of play for a Belgian throw. So, no changes personnel-wise for either side at half-time. You did see Slovakian defender/midfielder Vernon De Marco warming up for a long time at half-time, but he's not come on yet. So, Belgium with Castells in goal. No Courtois, not in the squad after that falling out / possible fitness issues with Domenico Tedesco. He's just one of the best players, one of the best goalkeepers in the world, and not at these Euros. So Castells in goal, making his major tournament debut. The back four of Castagna, De Bas, Fass and Carrasco. Ahead of them Onana and Mangala, with Trossard, De Bruyne and Doku supporting Lukaku, who's missed some big chances in this game for Belgium up front. Belgium still with the ball midway through their own half. Slovakia with Dubravka in goal. He's got away with a couple of risky clearances, Dubravka, one that Trossard really should have stuck away. Goal was gaping. He stuck it over the bar from outside the penalty area. Back four of Pekarik, Vavro, Skriniar the captain, and Hansko. Ahead of them Kutska, Lobotka, who's been brilliant, and Duda, with Schranz who scored the goal, Haraslin and Bojanic up front as the decision goes the way of Slovakia playing all in white. Belgium in their dark red shirts, black shorts with the gold trim and dark red socks. Slovakia playing from right to left in the second half here in the Frankfurt Arena, and they send it all the way back to the turquoise-clad Martin Dubravka, who's closed down by Kevin De Bruyne. We're hyping the stands here at the Frankfurt Arena. He definitely can't hear you, Chris Sutton, telling him to get rid of it quicker, but he's taking so many chances, the Newcastle goalkeeper.
But he's so slow, isn't he, on the ball, and De Bruyne is not the quickest, but I think that's the third time he's nearly pinched the ball off Dubravka.
So, ball has gone out of play for a Belgium throw. Belgium, 5 minutes gone in the second half. He trails Slovakia here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds by a 0-0, but their fans seem to have recovered a bit at half-time. The Slovakia fans away to our left still making noise, but the Belgian fans have found their voices once more, and we can see a few black, yellow and red flags waving behind the goal away to our right, the goal that they are attacking Belgium in this second half. The favourites to win Group E, but they are trailing to Slovakia by a 0-0. And with Romania's 3-0 win over Ukraine earlier, Group E at the moment is set to be blown wide open as Fast gives the ball away. Poor clearance, Razlin picks it up. Bojanic is then dispossessed. Little wag of the finger from our referee Miller, who says no free kick for Slovakia or Belgium, allows play to continue. Fast is complaining now. Bojanic is waving the Slovakia fans to raise their voices. So throw to Belgium deep inside their own territory. In fact, it's gone the way of Slovakia. They're about to take the throw. Quickly to the tennis. Russell Fuller.
Cameron Norrie's miserable run continues. He's lost to Milos Raonic in the first round of Queens, 11-9 in a deciding match tiebreak. Raonic serving 47 aces, which I believe, subject to official confirmation, is a record for a 3-set match.
Thanks very much, Russell. As the ball goes out of play for another throw to Slovakia, who still lead by a goal to nil. Chris Sutton.
I was just going to say, before we went off to the tennis there, Fast really casual on the ball, caught on a couple of occasions.
As Denis Vavro launches one from the best part of 40 yards that fizzes past Castile's post. Well, when you think your luck's in, not quite for Denis Vavro. Has scored a couple of goals for Slovakia, but my word, that would have been some hit.
I tell you what, he wasn't too far away, was he? You're right, all of 40 yards, laces the ball, all sorts of movement, but goes past Castile's right-hand post.
Oh, a little bit of frustration there from Trossard, who was just caught by Hansko, who then gave him a little push so he couldn't take that free kick quickly, but our referee Miller is happy enough to let play continue. And Mangala has it for Belgium over on the left-hand side as Domenico Tedesco stands with his hands in his pockets. He's a young manager, just 38 years of age. The youngest manager, in fact, to take charge of Belgium at a major tournament. As we say, he's been on this brilliant run since he took charge back in February 2023. 14 games unbeaten. But they are trailing by a goal to nil. 7 minutes gone in this second half here in Frankfurt on 5 Live and BBC Sounds against the lowest ranked side in Group E, Slovakia. As Trossard picks the ball up on this right-hand side. Ball goes out of play. It's going to be a Slovakia throw, and Trossard is very irritated with that. It's going to get short shrift from the officials. But in terms of the threat that Slovakia, before this match, many people thought they would pose. I mean, Domenico Tedesco kind of addressed it in his pre-match press conference, because Belgium, before this tournament, and still are, on paper, were clear favourites to win this group. And he said, Slovakia just lost twice in qualifying against Portugal. I think this tells its own story. And it's been a very good performance so far as Kutska, formerly of Watford, wins it for Slovakia, and they clear up towards halfway.
Yep, you see the forwards linking up very well again, and Lobotka driving forward.
Yes, such a key player for them in the heart of that midfield, and he lays it off to Andre Duda and plays it back to Lobotka once more. And now they have it in a central position with Kutska. Saw the space on the far side, the run made by the 37-year-olds, Petr Pekarik. The two 37-year-olds almost linking up there, but too much on it from Kutska, and Pekarik retreats. But it's interesting as well in terms of that midfield. I mean, they are without now Slovakia on the pitch, although he's part of the backroom staff. Their legendary midfielder Marek Hamšík, who finally retired last year, actually retired in the summer of 2022, and then came back as an emergency call-up when they had a load of injuries last year. But such a huge name, such a Slovakia legend. But in the likes of Lobotka, they've got people that can take charge in that midfield. As Belgium come forward, here is De Bruyne, plays it to Trossard, right-hand side of the area. Very well timed challenge by the captain Milan Skriniar, who slaps his chest as he plays it out for a throw. Is he allowed to do that? He's won the ball, slap his chest.
That's his second one. I think we'll only allow him two, but it's a good driving run from Doku, wasn't it? But Skriniar had to get that challenge right, because the ball from De Bruyne looked like it was perfectly weighted for Trossard to run onto inside the Slovakian box on the right-hand side.
Here is De Bruyne, plays it forward, little deflection, will fall to Lukaku, and now Trossard, 25 yards out, plays it to Lukaku inside the area. Good save by Dubravka in his near post. Sharp shot on the turn by Lukaku on the edge of the 6-yard box. Dubravka beats it behind for a corner, and the Belgian fans behind the goal away to our right here in Frankfurt raise their voices once more. Corner taken short. Here is Trossard. Found by De Bruyne. Trossard's ball in and the header across goal, and this time it is fired home by Romelu Lukaku. He was a yard out, he couldn't miss, and Belgium are level in Frankfurt against Slovakia. 1-1.
Yep. Felt that he would get another opportunity. Lukaku celebrates in front of the Belgian fans, keeps getting in the right place, and he pokes it in from a yard. Slovakia, I think you mentioned their record with set pieces against isn't great. They switch off at the back post. It's a short corner. Trossard stands the ball up at the far post. There will be a check on this, as there is with all goals. The ball's nodded back across. It's a towering header back across from Onana to Lukaku, but was he just offside? He's a yard out, pokes it in with his right foot. It's very, very tight, very, very close.
Yeah, it's come up on the screens here, and the cheers and whistles you can hear. Belgium are going to make a change, but they're just being told to wait because there is a check for offside. They're going to be looking here, I think, at whether Lukaku is in front of or behind the ball as it comes back across the header from Onana. He's making the signal. It's offside. It's not going to count. Lukaku finds the back of the net, but he was offside. And yet again, it's an opening that won't count, that won't be capitalised upon by Belgium because of that offside. The goal is chalked off, and it is still 1-0 to Slovakia.
It is so tight, isn't it? As the ball's headed back across. I think it's Hansko who goes up with Onana. And Lukaku has just drifted into an offside position. Inches, maybe. It's just not meant to be this evening for Belgium, and Lukaku especially.
And amidst that, Belgium have made that change as that goal was being chalked off. Mangala is off, and Johan Bakayoko, who plays for PSV Eindhoven, scored 14 goals for them this season. Really good end to the season as well. 6 goals in his last 8 games. He's being linked with Arsenal at the moment. He's on the 21-year-old as the ball is out to the left-hand side. And again, we've just seen an example of how they're doing this new VAR explanation in the stadium. Flashed up very quickly on the screen, explaining that Lukaku was offside. I mean, we've seen referees announcing decisions in other tournaments at the Women's World Cup. But do you think is it enhancing the in-stadium experience for the fans, just having that explanation flash up on the screen?
Because we only know too well from what goes on in England, in the Premier League. Fans are left in the dark, aren't they, with VAR decisions, so that is a really positive thing.
Yeah, and having been at the Women's World Cup last year, I think it works better than the referee having to stop and announce it, which obviously takes more time. So, yeah, it's working well. Good implementation by UEFA as De Bruyne picks it up, plays it to Lukaku. Lovely love to Trossard. Trossard drives. Good save by Dubravka. Beats it just out of the danger area as well. And then Trossard trying to win that ball. Commits the foul on Haraslin. Huge cheers from the Belgian fans, but Slovakia have a free kick inside their own penalty area. It is still Slovakia who lead by 1-0.
Yeah, well, Trossard with the substitution, Bakayoko coming on, playing more in a central position. And it's good link-up actually from Lukaku, who hasn't been clean with his link-up this evening, but outside of the left boot to Trossard, who drives on with the ball and fires a right-footed shot. I've got to say, the save from Dubravka down to his left is first class. And Trossard in the follow-up does make a foul on the Slovakian defender. Felt Dubravka would have to make some saves this evening. He was up to the task then.
Yes, he has been called into action, as has Casteels at the other end. But the only goal that has stood is Slovakia's. Ivan Šranc in the first half after just 7 minutes, 6 minutes and 5 seconds in fact, the fastest goal that Slovakia have scored at a major international tournament. It is only their 4th since they became an independent country after the dissolution of Czechoslovakia. 1 World Cup, 2 Euros, and now 3. And they could be getting off to an absolutely flying start in this fascinating looking Group E. Romania 3-0 winners over Ukraine earlier. If Slovakia win this, well, here are Belgium on the left-hand side. Plenty of time still to play, half an hour of it. Here in Frankfurt on 5 Live and BBC Sounds as Lukaku takes that ball down, plays it out to the left-hand side, and Trossard, and now it's picked up by Doku. He's got a couple of players with him, so wants to go back to De Bruyne outside the penalty area, and now comes down the left-hand side once again. Good clearance away by Dennis Vavro, and it's behind for another Belgium corner, and their fans once again are urged to raise their voices by their players on the pitch. Corner taken quickly, swung into the penalty area. Slovakia just about get it away. Couple of ricochets on the edge of the 6-yard box, and now they can really counter. The white shirts are streaming forward. Here's Bojanik, well held up on the halfway line. Can't hold on to it, Robert Bojanik, and Belgium win it back with Carrasco. That was a really important piece of defending.
It was, but you know what? I think Lukaku's another opportunity for him.
Comes into the area, good header away, but Lukaku does meet it on the volley, side netting, tight angle. Do you know what? Romelu Lukaku, ever since that goal was disallowed, has looked like the striker that we know he can be.
Well, yeah, I'd agree to some extent, but that was another opportunity. I mean, you've got to say, is it one of those evenings where Romelu Lukaku, it looks like he can't hit a carriage backside with the banjo. That one, right-footed volley goes into the side netting. I think that's 5 or 6 unbelievable chances. He could have had the golden boot sewn up already this evening.
Yeah, he is racking them up. He's had the ball in the back of the net, ruled out rightly for offside as Doku comes down the left-hand side once again. Dubravka out, Bakayoko off the line. Brilliant defending by Slovakia. That's outstanding. They have a player down. The referee's not spotted it yet. Belgium continue to play. And eventually the referee does stop play, and this is controversial. But it's Hansko, I think, who's made that block on the line. He's gone down. He's in the goal mouth. Belgium have the ball on the edge of the penalty area, but the referee's in a difficult position there.
How did he make that clearance, Hansko? It's unbelievable. This is from the Slovakian left back. Doku does brilliantly down the left-hand side, fires across him. Dubravka dives to his left-hand side and parries the ball to Bakayoko, who's 6 yards out. Bakayoko takes a quick touch. He thinks he's scored. Fires a left-footed shot in. Hansko on the line, clears it off the line with his right boot, but his head collides. I think it was Vavro's knee, so he takes a sore one. It's the right decision. The Belgian fans, you can hear, they're not happy about that. But he's taken a bad blow to the head. But what a save! I'll even let him celebrate that, Vicky.
I'm not sure he did, because he got absolutely clattered by his teammate, didn't he?
He can in a minute.
Yeah. Well, he's having to go off, and again, as Chris says, you can hear the boos from the Belgian fans, but, you know, of course it's frustrating for them, but it's absolutely the right decision. There's no sort of gamesmanship in that. He does get caught by
and they can see now, the Belgian fans, all the ones who can see the big screen, you know, he makes the block on the line and his head, bang, into the left knee of Vavro. That's a sore one.
Yeah, and to be fair, the boos and jeers did stop as soon as that replay was shown up on the screen. So, yeah, frustrating, but I think even the Belgian fans can see why that was stopped. And the ball is out of play for a Slovakia goal kick, and now they're whistling because Martin Dubravka's taking his time. But can we just, I mean, he's still not celebrated it, so let us celebrate the brilliance of that goal-saving block on the line again. I mean, you described it brilliantly, Chris, but honestly, that positionally, to get there, you think for all the world that Bakayoko has just come on is going to equalise, and it is brilliant from Hansko, who's back onto the field of play.
That's as last-ditch as can be. That's as good as a goal from Hansko, gotta say. I've got Slovakian player down. Bakayoko, though, he's got to bury that. It's 7 yards out. Dubravka's on the floor. It's quite a tame finish. He thinks if I just side for that, it's in, and I sort of understand that in some respects, but I'm going to say it again. How many chances do Belgium need?
It is the story of this game.
What would the XG be?
Very good point. So Raslin is down for Slovakia. So we just see a replay. He gets an elbow in the small of his back from Castagna, but I think we are, without wanting to do him a disservice, and Chris, I'd be interested in your opinion on this because you told me I was too kind earlier. I think we are getting to that stage where possibly Raslin He's staying down a little longer than he might have had to there. Is that being unkind?
Yeah, but the Belgians are rattled. Even De Bruyne there, little shove on Bojanic. It's not cool, Kevin. At the minute, the Belgians are fired up, but so are the Slovakians.
It's been a really good contest, and Slovakia still lead by a goal to nil, thanks to some brilliant last-ditch defending, some wastefulness from Belgium, and Lukaku's goal being ruled out rightly for offside when he thought he'd levelled things up. He's missed some big chances. The top scorer in qualifying, Belgium's record goal scorer. Will Belgium rue those golden opportunities from a man who has been so much at the heart of the golden generation that are in transition now and are up against it in this opener in Group E as we approach the midway point of the second half here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Here is Doku down the left-hand side, pulls the ball back to Fass on the halfway line. Slovakia's white shirts just starting to drop deep, and Bakayoko has it now on this right-hand side. Lukaku's in the area. Bakayoko to the edge of the area. De Bruyne's effort is cleared away by Duda. Fass steps up and gets there ahead of Bojanic. He's midway through the Slovakia half. That's how deep Slovakia are dropping. That's how high Belgium are pressing right now here in Frankfurt, as Onana sends it back to De Bast on the halfway line, and their manager, 38-year-old Domenico Tedesco, who's never lost as Belgian manager, 14 games and counting. Is he to face defeat in his 15th match, and in a huge one as well, as they look to shake off that tag of underachievers that's dogged them for so long and progress deep into this tournament. Lukaku, edge of the D, Belgium looking for this equaliser. De Bruyne has lost it. Onana gets there. Was he fouled? Referee says yes. Slovakia are away on the counter, but Andre Duda has been penalised. And I'm sure Robert Bojanic heard that whistle go. He's saying he didn't. In fact, it's not Bojanic who raced forward.
I don't think that's a foul. I think he wins the ball, does he? Yeah, I think he wins the ball first, and so does Calzona. He's furious, and Slovakia are on the counter there. It's a big opportunity. This could be a huge decision if Belgium score from this.
Yeah, but Raslin racing forwards, brought back. It's one of these where he gets the ball first and then does take a bit of the man. The referee's penalised it. It's a free kick to Belgium. Big talking point, as Chris says, if they score. They don't so far. It's cleared away, that free kick from De Bruyne by Slovakia up towards halfway. Bakayoko will then send it back to De Bruyne. He's pressured well by Bojanic. He's doing such a job, isn't he, the number 9? He's not had much service, but he's really trying to put the pressure on that Belgian defence and just cause them a few problems in terms of playing it out from the back, putting in a real shift for his team as they send the ball long. It'll be picked up by Lobotka again. Great positioning. Plays it back to his captain, Milan Skriniar. Bojanic then goes down. Nothing doing. Bit of afters there potentially. Referee not interested. Ball out of play though from Belgium. And Slovakia have a throw over on the far side. Bit of needle in this game, Chris Sutton.
There is. Well, Bojanic, I think he's got a bit of cramp actually. He's backing in, fighting for the ball, trying to win the ball and get his team up the pitch. I think he's heavy with the touch, and Onana comes in and nicks the ball off him, maybe follows through. I think Bojanic has kicked his last ball, but he has led the line pretty well. Fresh legs.
Fresh legs in the form of David Strelec. Plays for the Slovakian champion Slovan Bratislava. 14 goals for them this season. And he replaces Bojanic, and they're making a double change as well. Tomáš Suslov plays for Hellas Verona. He's coming on. And Haraslin, who drew that brilliant save from Castells in the first half, he's coming off. He's in good form at the moment, Suslov. 3 goals in his last 3 games for club and country combined. And as you say, Chris Sutton, fresh legs as we enter the final quarter of this game. 24 minutes gone in the second half, and it is still, as it has been since the 7th minute, Belgium 0, Slovakia 1. Slovakia coming forward down the left-hand side. Here is Suslov, just on as a substitute, cuts it back behind the run of Hansko, and Belgium should be able to clear away. They've lost it though. Coming forward again are Slovakia, and it's Strelec, the other substitute. He's lost it though. De Bruyne plays it out to the left-hand side. Doku dispossessed this time by Kutska. Doku stays down. Slovakia play on. Out to the right-hand side they go. Here is Kutska now. The former Watford man will just slow it down. Dink forward, looking for that run forward from Schrantz, whose goal is the difference at the moment as Slovakia try and hold on to it in midfield, and they do so brilliantly. That's great play by Ondrej Duda, and it's appreciated by the Slovakia fans behind the goal. The red, white and blue as Fast comes back, tries to clear it away off Suslov, doesn't manage to do so, but does manage to steer it to Castagna. Really good defending by Belgium in a tight area. They've still not cleared it away from their own corner flag though, and that was sloppy from Fast. He's got really lucky there with that ricochet that sends it out for a Belgian goal kick.
It's been like it all afternoon, hasn't he? Fast there, very, very casual, and gets away with it. But Slovakia, have they just weathered the storm from Belgium? Belgium really pushed them back in the last 5 or 10 minutes, but they're trying to press high. Fresh legs on again, and they're another 20-30 yards higher up the pitch.
Fast has it just outside his own penalty area as Lukaku waits just inside the Slovakia half. He is there. Stürmer star, but he's not shown it today. That is your 5 Live Dutch Wörterboek word of the day, Stürmer star. If you think you know what it means, you can get in touch and the answer will be revealed on the Football Daily. Download that from BBC Sounds. And Slovakia have the ball just outside their own penalty area, still leading by a 0-0. Ondrej Duda has given it away. He was well challenged, and Belgium are coming forward. Lukaku on the turn inside the area, brilliant challenge on Doku by the 22 counterpart Stanislas Lobotka. He's injured himself doing it, does now get back up to his feet, but that is outstanding defensive work from the midfielder as Belgium come forward once again.
Well, he's got absolutely no right to win that ball. Another big opportunity for Belgium. Wasted, just couldn't quite link up. They had the numbers on the Slovakian backline inside the Slovakian box, couldn't create the opportunity because Lobotka read it well.
Here goes to Brenner, Trossard on the stretch, just can't control, and it's all the way through with Martin Dubravka. Chris Sutton.
The Slovakians are flagging though, even Lobotka, who has run himself into the ground. He looks jaded, fatigued, but they've got something to hold on to, haven't they?
Well, he said before this game, as they approach the tournament, Francesco Calzona, the Slovakia manager, as Belgium win a free kick midway inside their own half. Going onto the field against any opponent we try to play, that's exactly what they've done. Our only chance of achieving something remarkable is to be a real team consisting of 26 elements. Well, they've used 13 so far and they've all been outstanding. The Slovakia come down the right-hand side, but again, it's only half the story. Belgium have missed a shed load of chances. Some of it's been great defending and goalkeeping, some of it's been wasteful, some of it's been unfortunate. Narrow offside for Lukaku when he thought he made it 1-1 in this second half. But there are two tales to tell here. A tale of joy and jubilation at the moment for Slovakia, a tale of frustration for Belgium. And Slovakia give the ball away, and as Chris Sutton says, there are tired legs out there, but that's a shocking ball forward from Deno de Bas, the 20-year-old, making his major tournament bow. The Slovakia play it back to Vavro just outside their own penalty area. How much has Belgium's defensive woes as Slovakia win a free kick just inside their half, how much has that played a part today, or is it more about just the wastefulness at the other end?
Blimey, Slovakia haven't created too many opportunities, had that wrestling volley on half-time, and other than the goal, but it's about Belgium being wasteful, isn't it? Another substitution, Yuri Tillemans on, and Trossard, who was playing in that number 10 position behind Lukaku, he's off. De Bruyne, who's slotted in a little bit deeper now, will be back in the 10 position.
Well, they do have a lot of attacking talent they can still turn to on the bench, Belgium. They might be a little bit short defensively, but still other players that can come on as Lobotka throws the ball up into the air, trying to time waste as much as possible by getting as much height on it as he can, as he sends that back for the Belgian free kick, and they get things underway once again. 15 minutes to play. Belgium 0, Slovakia 1, a scoreline that is set to blow Group E wide open here at the Euros in Germany after that remarkable result for Romania. 3-0 winners over Ukraine. Belgium were the big favourites to win this group. It's not looking that way at the moment after this opening game. It could be anybody's. As Bakayoko sends it back to Wout Faes, and Tielemans of Aston Villa now sent it to De Baas. Really good ball from De Baas, but De Bruyne can't take it in his stride, and Sislov is bringing it forward for Slovakia. Is he then taken out by Tielemans? Yes, he was. He's been on the pitch a matter of seconds, and he's got a yellow card.
Yep. And I thought that the ball actually from De Baas, even for Kevin De Bruyne, it was fired in, bounced just in front of him. He took a heavy touch. Suslov anticipated the heavy touch, nicked it off him, drove past Tielemans, and Tielemans brings him down. It's the yellow card. I mean, what it does do, it just allows Slovakia to waste a few more precious seconds. What a ball that is.
As they spread out beautifully to the right, and here they come down the right hand side again. Oh, almost brilliant run in the centre by David Strelec. And he's just denied at that near post. Schranz it was who had made the move down the right. Acres of space he had, pulled it across. Strelec tried the clever little flick at that near post. A back heel, and it bounces off Faes. And it's a Slovakia corner. They are playing some absolutely beautiful stuff, Chris.
Well, the ball out to Strelec, I think it was Skriniar who hit a 40, 50 yard diagonal ball out to Strelec. What a pass that was. And Strelec maybe could have done better with that one, held it in and tried to get a shot off.
Here goes the corner. It's cleared away by Belgium, but not convincingly. Slovakia pick it up on the right-hand side of the penalty area. Hansko, though, is dispossessed. They have it once more, though, as they look to maintain the pressure. Delivery loops high over the 6-yard box and will be picked up on this left-hand side by the centre half, Denis Vavro, who's picked it up. Now, Andre Duda's ball into the area. It's a good one again. Belgium just gets something on it. Carrasco on the edge of his own 6-yard box, but it's last-ditch defending. They've hacked it out of play for a Slovakia throw. 13 minutes to play here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Belgium 0, Slovakia 1 it remains.
Yeah, I tell you what, Belgium do not look comfortable when the ball is crossed into their box. Faes and De Baas have not been dominant enough aerially.
A day of high drama so far at the Euros. We've got Austria against France coming up with John Murray and Matthew Upson. Do stay with us for that. Will there be more twists and turns here in Frankfurt in the final 12 minutes plus added time as Schranz, who's just coming into the game more in these last 5 minutes. The goal scorer for Slovakia has it on the right hand side. They pick it up outside the penalty area. The shot in the end is tame. Kupska slipped as he took it and skews it wide, the former Watford man. But at the moment they're keeping Belgium pinned in their own half, and that will be good enough at the moment for Slovakia, leading 1-0 as they are.
Yeah, that was a tired shot, wasn't it, from Kupska, who's given it his all, hasn't he? But let the ball run across his body, took a touch and just leant back on it from 25 yards, sliced it well wide of Castile's right-hand post.
Here come Belgium down the other end. Romelu Lukaku up against Milan Skriniar. The Slovakia captain Lukaku pulls it back to Bakayoko, who's seen that effort superbly cleared off the line by Hansko as Lukaku works it down the right hand side. Castanha's up forward from right back, swings the ball into the penalty area. It's gone out for a Belgium throw. There is still a real ebb and flow to the momentum of this game, Chris, and Slovakia still lead by a goal to 0. They're preparing another change. Here is Tielemans as Belgium take the throw quickly. Castagna, De Bruyne plays the ball into the area, won't reach Lukaku. It was just behind him and well intercepted by Skriniar. A little push there by Faes on Strelec, but it's allowed to go by our referee, and Belgium in possession once more with Tielemans. Out to the right hand side and Castagna. Belgium 0, Slovakia 1 here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds as De Bruyne has it. Oh, brilliant footwork. Beautiful. Lays it off to Bakayoko just outside the penalty area. A little short back to Onana, but feeds Lukaku edge of the box. Bakayoko now lays it off, and the shot in from Carrasco takes a deflection. Dubravka won't stop it going out. It'll be a Belgium corner.
Yep, good bit of pressure from Belgium. Shot deflected wide. I think the referee was ready to give a free kick from maybe 20-25 yards. Allowed the play. Good advantage. Belgium have a corner. Slovakian player down, but guess what? Not in a hurry to get up.
He is now eventually up, and Belgium prepared to take this corner from the right-hand side. De Bruyne stands over it, raises that right hand in the air, sends it to the penalty spot, and the header is wide from Onana. Well, it was clearly who he was looking for. It felt like De Bruyne. He rose, he met it, but that's a long way out to try and beat Martin Dubravka, and he can't do so.
Such great spring, hasn't he, Onana? Once again, standing jump, leaps high, but can't generate the power or direction on the header.
So another change for Slovakia, and it's their goal scorer, Ivan Šranč, who is getting replaced by David Duraš. Spent the second half of the season on loan in Serie B with Ascoli. Couldn't stop them getting relegated, but was in good form before that for Zelina. And he comes on now, having scored once for his country, to try and help them see out this famous result against Belgium. What a start it would be. What a terrible start it would be to these Euros for Belgium. The first defeat in 15 games under their manager Domenico Tedesco, who was yet to taste defeat as Belgium manager, the 38-year-old, the youngest manager to take charge of Belgium at a major tournament. He's about to lose to Francesco Calzona, who 20 years ago was working as a coffee salesman. Said it was a fantastic experience, helped him understand many things. Apparently some customers still call him asking for coffee. I'm not sure many people will be doing that. They'll be calling him to congratulate him. It's been a long time ago. He's had a good career since then.
Champagne tonight, Vicky, won't it?
It will be champagne, not coffee, I'm sure, for Francesco Calzona. And they are 8.5 minutes plus added time away from securing this victory against Belgium, who are preparing to make a double change. And as Belgium send the ball out to the right, and you can hear the groans around the stadium here in Frankfurt because they've given the ball away, and Slovakia are coming forward. Out to the left-hand side they go, and Hansko plays it forward. Duda is up from midfield, and a little touch from Bakayoko sees Slovakia win the corner. And again, they're attacking that goal behind which their fans, that wall of white, red and blue, is waiting. And once again, they clap their hands together. They know that they are on the brink of beating Belgium.
It's a really good run, lung-bursting run from Duda. Underlap, he looks shattered, they all look shattered. And win the corner,
which Suslov, the substitute, will take. Left-footed, he swings it into the edge of the 6-yard box. It's powerfully headed away by Fast, but Belgium are deep defending this corner. They've got to get the ball, they've got to get it forward. Slovakia still lead by a goal to nil. Here is Suslov taking on Bakayoko, who's done really well. Cuts the ball across, it hits Tielemans and bounces to Bakayoko, who drives out of the Belgian penalty area, sends it out to the left-hand side. Won't reach De Bruyne, but that's good refereeing. Bakayoko was cleaned out by Duda as he played that ball out to the left, and Belgium have a free kick. And here comes the double Belgium change. So Manchester City's Jeremy Doku is coming off, and Luis Openda is coming on, and we will also see Dodi Lukebakio replacing Yannick Carrasco. And again, we said, Chris, you know, that they have a wealth of attackers on the bench. Openda and Lukebakio now being called upon. Openda in particular, great form for RB Leipzig. He was their top scorer this season, 28 goals in all competitions, 24 in the league, third highest scorer in the Bundesliga. And Dodi Lukebakio is the 5 goals for Sevilla. There's a couple of goals for Belgium as well, and they need a goal, Belgium, because they're trailing by a goal to nil. They're heading for their first defeat under manager Domenico Tedesco, and it will be a blow to their European Championship ambitions as the ball is down the right hand side. Lukebakio picks it up into the penalty area, dispossessed, and then does he commit the foul? Yes, he does, as De Bruyne sends the effort curling across the face of goal anyway. Slovakia have the free kick, and I'll tell you what, that's got to be close to a record for a yellow card for a substitute. He's just come on, and seconds later Dodi Lukebakio is into the book.
It's actually a really good run in behind the Slovakian backline. Tries to drive on the inside. Yeah, that's a harsh booking. He stands on Hansko's foot accidentally. He's trying to win the ball, trying to get his team back into this game. He's entitled to go for the ball. It's a little bit clumsy, that's all. That's a yellow card. Can the Slovakians see this out now? Blimey.
5 minutes plus added time to play here in Frankfurt. They have led from the 7th minute. 6 minutes and 5 seconds was when Ivan Šranč stuck them ahead from the tightest of angles. It was a cool, calm, composed finish. The sort of finish we've not seen from the likes of Romelu Lukaku and Leandro Trossard for Belgium. And it has Slovakia on the verge of a famous win against Belgium. The favourites to win this group. Maybe not one of the out-and-out favourites for this tournament, but certainly a team capable, if they play to the best of their ability, to go deep into it. But at the moment, this tournament is starting with a defeat for Belgium, unless in the final 4.5 minutes plus added time, they can find a way through. They have not lost their opening game at 9 of the last 10 major tournaments. You have to go all the way back to Euro 2016, but they're coming forward now. Down the left-hand side, Lukaku, got to be yes! 1-1! Unmarked! No mistake this time from Romelu Lukaku, and this time the goal will stand. Belgium have their late equaliser against Slovakia. We're all square in Frankfurt.
Well, the finish is emphatic. It really is. But this is all about Openda. Up top with Lukaku. Makes a channel run, drives in. Past Vavro and pulls the ball back. The spot is brilliant. The weight of the pass is wonderful from Openda. And Lukaku just hangs out around the penalty spot and caresses the ball. First time, bang! Into the side netting, back the way across the goalkeeper. Dubravka going to his left, the ball goes to his right, and that is the finish of a confident striker. But boy, has he missed some opportunities. Keep getting in the right place, you get the opportunities, and they got there in the end.
Hold your horses. I said this one would stand. They are checking for a potential handball leading up to the goal. Now, we didn't see anything in the replay. Romelu Lukaku is protesting. Let's see what happens here. There are cheers all around the stadium again. Are Belgium to be denied again by VAR? I mean, there's no handball from Lukaku whatsoever. It's then whether there is a deliberate handball by another player in the build-up by Luis Openda. We're just seeing a replay there.
It does bounce up and hit his hand, but
Oh,
I
the
mean,
referee's coming to the screen.
That's ridiculous.
He's
it really
coming to the
is.
screen.
Well, this is scandalous. It is. It's accidental. Both players running into the channel. The ball bounces up. It's a tiny touch on his hand. I mean, blimey. The Slovakians are happy though.
Well, let's see what happens here. Because they've got to look surely at whether this is deliberate.
It's not deliberate, but the position of his arm is up and out away from his body, but that is not a deliberate act. He hasn't pushed it into his path. This would be scandalous if it's disallowed.
Let's see what happens here. This is going to be really controversial. No! That is a huge talking point. Absolutely huge. Belgium's players are absolutely aghast that has been ruled out. Their fans cannot believe it. And let's wait for the explanation here that's going to come up on the screen. Because handball. This seems, it's handball, but where's the detail of that? I mean, we know it's a handball, but touched the ball with his hand. This is what it says on the screen. Belgium's player, number 20, touched the ball with his right hand in the build-up to the goal. I mean, that seems incredibly harsh on Belgium.
It's ridiculous. It really is. I mean, that is so harsh. Openda doesn't push the ball into his path. It's an accident. And when things like that happen, I mean, there has to be some certain sort of spirit. That is, you can say refereeing the game to the letter of the law or whatever. That is harsh. I know in the Premier League that the goal would stand with that, but Obviously not in the Euros.
Well, this seems incredibly harsh on Belgium as the ball goes out to the right-hand side, and Castagna, it is still 1-0 to Slovakia as Skriniar clears that ball away under pressure. It will be a Belgium corner. And how do they recover from this? How do they get their heads back in this game?
Well, they're probably feeling pretty hard done by. Vicky, here's an opportunity, and swing a left foot.
So corner to Belgium, who have had 2 goals ruled out in the second half. The second one is so controversial. Luka Bacchio sends it back across. Good touch from Dubravka. Takes it out of the penalty area. De Bruyne picks it up on the left-hand side. Swings the ball back in. Fass is up there. It's brought down by Bakayoko, and he blazes wide. And Slovakia once again are almost there. We're into 7 minutes of added time.
Yeah, off with the shot there. Quick first touch with his left foot, sliced the second touch. He was under pressure from Suslov. I can't believe what I've seen this evening. Blimey. I mean, this would be an unbelievable result for Slovakia. It really would. But how Belgium haven't got something out of this game, well, I'll be scratching my head this evening for a long time.
They're preparing to make another change. Slovakia, Adam Aubert is going to be coming on as Lobotka sends it forward for Slovakia. Belgium have won it at the back. It is still Belgium 0, Slovakia 1, but here comes Lukaku, sends it forward. It's a brilliant ball. Openda almost onto it. Very good defending by Martin Dubravka.
Yeah, Lukaku not far away with the pass on the half turn. 10-15 yards inside the Slovakian half. Tried to slide a ball through from Openda, who'd run off the back of Vavro. And Dubravka read that situation well. He's running the clock down, taking his time.
As Slovakia play it down the right-hand side. Fass is there for Belgium. Sends it back to Casteels, who launches it long. Bounces over the head of Openda and is cleared away by Vavro. And De Bast heads it, a little ricochet, and Fass will send it back to Casteels once again with a long up and under. But do you feel that Belgium almost feel like they've had the wind taken out of their sails with that very controversially disallowed goal? Let's see if they can get another goal and find this equaliser. De Bruyne into the penalty area, pulls the ball across, and Dubravka's there again.
And he just gathers the ball, dives to his right. It's a good run from De Bruyne. The angle against him, drives out wide. It's a sort of cross shot in the end. Dubravka leaps out, and guess what? Another Slovakian player down with cramp. There'll be more time added.
Yeah, it's Ondrej Duda this time, and the medical staff are on, and Slovakia's players are coming over, and they're making that change now. It is Duda who's going to be coming off, and Adam Aubert is coming on. But Belgium are still, despite having 2 goals disallowed in the second half, slipping to this first defeat under Domenico Tedesco. Chris Sutton.
It's unbelievable. What an unbelievable Euros so far. I don't think anybody saw this result coming. You look at the attacking players that Belgium have at their disposal, but you can't say they haven't had chances, but that decision to disallow the second Lukaku goal seemed so harsh. It really did.
So here comes that substitution. Ondrej Duda makes way, and Adam Aubert comes on. And I think that's the thing, Chris. You know, it's not handball by Lukaku. It does touch the hand of Openda, but he's not the player that scores the goal. And it's not deliberate from what we're seeing? I guess that is the question. You know, if it's a deliberate handball, accidental doesn't come into it. It doesn't matter who scores the goal. But from the replays we're seeing, I guess, are they looking that, is he deliberately making his body bigger? But it seems like a natural running action, and to call that a deliberate handball, I think is incredibly harsh.
Yep, and so do I. Both players running for the ball in the channel. Popped up, it did graze his hand, but blimey, it's not like he tried to punch it into his own path.
Ball rolls out of play. Martin Dubravka will shepherd it out, and Slovakia are nearly there. We'll have a little bit more added time because of that stoppage for the slight injury to Duda, but I really think the wind has been taken out of Belgium's sails, hasn't it? And that is going to be a huge talking point. The goal disallowed for a handball in the build-up by Openda, not Lukaku, who scored the goal. In that case, it doesn't matter whether it's accidental or deliberate, but by Openda in the build-up. And I think Belgium are going to be absolutely fuming.
Well, I think so as well, but take nothing away from the Slovakians. This is going to be one of their most famous victories.
Out to the right-hand side, Belgium go. Lukaku might latch onto this, does so inside the penalty area. Lukaku plays it back, tries to find Luka Bacchio. It's a brilliant interception by Suslov, who's back there defending. Tired legs still out there for Slovakia, but their fans cheering them on as they win ball after ball, and now they're coming forward with Suslov. And can they wrap this up? It's Suslov, tries to cut it back on the edge of the area, just ran out of legs and options, and Fast is back. 30 seconds of added time to play. Might be a little bit more because of that injury to Andre Duda during added time. 20 seconds as time ticks on. Cheers and whistles all around the stadium here in Frankfurt as De Bruyne sends it out to the left-hand side. Belgium launch it forward. There's too much on it. It goes behind, and Romelu Lukaku on the edge of the penalty area looks back in disgust and then puts his face in both hands because he knows he has squandered so many chances in this game, and Belgium surely now are slipping to their first defeat under Domenico Tedesco.
Yeah, they just tried to force that too much, Belgium. Should have been a bit more patient down the left-hand side. Ball flew over Lukaku's head. Dubravka now with the goal kick. We're into the dying seconds. This must be it.
It's launched forward by Martin Dubravka. It's flicked on up top for Slovakia by David Strelec.
They've got 6 up top now, Belgium.
Now or never as the dark red shirts go forward. It's helped on by Openda. It's intercepted by Hansko, and Slovakia will bring it forward towards the halfway line. It's broken now to Stanislav Lobotka, and they can just slow the play down. They're on the brink of a famous victory here, Slovakia. The lowest ranked side in Group E are going to beat the favourites to win Group E, Belgium, and have beaten Belgium, who suffer their first defeat under Domenico Tedesco. Ivan Schrantz's goal in the first half, after barely 6 minutes have been played. Slovakia's fastest goal at a major tournament earns them one of their greatest wins in their history. They have beaten Belgium here at Euro 2024, and Belgium taste defeat for the first time under Tedesco. There will be repercussions. There will be a deep dive into some of those decisions, particularly that second goal for Lukaku that was ruled out for a handball in the build-up, hugely controversially, but in the end Belgium have missed far too many golden opportunities in this game, and Slovakia quite simply might have ridden their luck at times, but overall, Chris Sutton, have been superb.
Yeah, what a group he is, isn't it? Who saw this result coming? Brilliant from Slovakia, sensational, one of their greatest ever victories. Absolutely sure about that. They gutsed it out. They're a streetwise team, got themselves in front and hung on in there. Got to say, from Belgium's perspective, okay, you know, there'll be a lot of talk about the handball and what have you, but you can't say they didn't have the opportunities. They did have the opportunities, they wasted them, and now they have a mountain to climb in this group.
What a group it is, as Chris Sutton says. Romania's victory 3-0 over Ukraine sees them sit top, Slovakia in second, having beaten Belgium here in Frankfurt by a goal to nil. What a group this is going to be as Slovakia's players go over to their fans here in the Frankfurt arena, who are bouncing up and down to a man, woman and child, waving their arms in the air. It's a sea of red, blue and white. What a famous victory this is. Belgium disconsolate, Belgium beaten, Slovakia take a bow.